Every time I get a Kawasaki Teryx to test, I get excited. I don't really know why. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I don't get to test them as often as I'd like. Whatever the reason, it's happening again. I'm excited. For 2019, not much has really changed with the Teryx4. It's basically the same vehicle as the 2018 model and features a 783cc single overhead cam V-twin engine that makes 60 horsepower, 200mm single piston caliper disc brakes up front, and an enclosed wet multi-plate rear brake. Dual range CVT transmission with centrifugal clutch, shaft-driven shiftable 4x4, double A-arm suspension front and rear with 8 inches of front travel and 8.3 inches of rear travel, Fox Performance Series piggyback shocks, 14-inch aluminum wheels, 27-inch Maxxis tires, and a full-length roof. You know what? This is a great 4-seat side-by-side. Not because it necessarily does any one thing worlds above the competition, but because of what it offers as a whole. Let me explain. Under the hood of the 2019 Teryx4 EPS LE you see here is a 783cc single overhead cam 90-degree V-twin that puts out just shy of 60 horsepower. It makes good bottom end, pulls adequately in the middle, and provides a realistically usable top speed. But at the end of the day, aside from the amazing sound of that 90-degree V-twin layout, this motor isn't really anything to write home about. It's mated to an extremely smooth shifting high-low neutral reverse CVT drivetrain that includes a centrifugal clutch and operates flawlessly. A separate handle takes care of the parking brake duties, and all of this is directed outward through a shiftable 4x4 system that goes from 2x4 to 4x4, then locks the front diff via a dash-mounted switch. Standard stuff, right? Nothing earth-shattering here, but there is more to explain. The Teryx4 is suspended on all 4 corners by double A-arms that yield just over 8 inches of travel. These numbers aren't class-leading, but when combined with a full set of Fox Performance Series piggyback shocks with a pile of compression adjustment settings, that 8 inches of travel suddenly feels like a lot more. The ride is smooth. Travel feels really deep when set up on the soft side. But if you know you're going to be pushing your Teryx hard, all it takes is a simple twist of the clicker knobs to get this thing set up for the big stuff as well. We have an LE Teryx here, but even the base model is spec'd with these shocks, and that was a very smart move on Kawasaki's part. Any 4-seat side-by-side needs to be capable of providing a plush ride in all conditions, so that when you're out on the trail with your wife and your kids, they'll be as comfortable as possible and enjoy the ride as much as possible. This was never a problem in the Teryx. The interior of the Teryx is nicely finished. The seats in the LE package are high-backed and well-bolstered. Legroom in the back is more than adequate. Up front, I can only describe the driver and passenger compartments as spacious. The front seats are nicely reclined and give a sporty but very comfortable feel. If I had to pick on something here, it would be that while the dash is nicely laid out and has a bunch of cool storage pockets, the gauge is really on the small side and looks subpar compared to the rest of the vehicle. Now I want to talk about why I think the Teryx is such a great 4-seat side-by-side and why I think it provides something no other 4-seater does. Most 4-seat side-by-sides these days are a mile long. Seriously, they feel like you're driving a bus. There are a few exceptions like the Honda Pioneer, but for the most part, the addition of 2 extra seats stretches the wheelbase of your average side-by-side to almost humorous lengths. The Teryx4 is not like that at all. In fact, whenever somebody asks me to recommend a 4-seat side-by-side that's still maneuverable, I always recommend the Teryx. Overall, the Teryx4 is only 7 inches longer than the 2-seat model, and, get ready for this one, the wheelbase is exactly the same as the 2-seat model. Granted, this short wheelbase 4-seat combination comes at the expense of cargo space out back, and while I do think the lack of a tailgate is just plain silly, the rear storage area is still surprisingly large. It'll hold at least as much stuff as you can fit in the back of a 4-seat Razor or Maverick, but with no sacrifice in maneuverability. And this is exactly why I think the Teryx4 is something special in an increasingly crowded side-by-side marketplace. For the first time in a long time, a vehicle is offering a combination of features and, more importantly, specifications that haven't yet been duplicated anywhere else. All while offering top-notch build quality, aggressive good looks, a long list of included features, and more than adequate real-world performance. So I'll tell you, just like I tell everyone who asks. If you're looking for a side-by-side that has 4 seats and a decent amount of storage, but can still be maneuvered through the tightest, gnarliest trails without getting hung up or having to perform 25-point turns, seriously consider the Kawasaki Teryx4. I think it could be the side-by-side you're looking for. Thanks for watching this segment of Trax TV. For more great content, make sure you click the links or subscribe to our channel where we're always updating with new content every day throughout the week.